Okay, day 7. I take back what I said about day 6. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. And I was the reason the black party won exemption. I'm so happy. I took another shot. Well, another shot in the span of this game, but I took one shot tonight. But I'm just so pleased that we won. I played a big role in that. I'm pretty sure I got all 4 of my trivia questions. It was such a cool experience because Fishback himself was the one who hosted, so it was a blast. But it was even more of a blast that I got all of my questions right, and I got the final question right, so I cinched us the win. I'm so freaking happy. And yeah, I mean, I know I was pretty harsh on Jack in my last confessional, but I decided to extend an olive branch and take it upon myself to network with him a little bit. So I saw that there was a clue to something, and prior to Crossroads, and it was flashed on a screen, and I went in there, and a few of us said that we were going to go in there from the Black Party, and when I came back, I suggested to everybody that we all go look for it. And we looked for it for a while together. And then I thought about it, and I said, I'm not going to be able to talk to anybody I want to individually, so let me do that. So I suggested, hey, if we're all looking on YouTube, let's just look in pairs instead of all together, because we're just going to all be shouting to each other, and that's not fun, right? And so I got to speak to Jack alone, and I told Jack, I don't want you gone. I'll explain the reasons to you why I voted for you the last 2 times. First time is because I wanted to keep green intact. The second time is because I didn't think that you were actually going. I had been tipped off by Robbie that you had a compass, and so I didn't think that you were going to go anyway, but I was just going to go with it. And I think he's tentatively with me, and I told him that I want to keep him around, and he said it was in my best interest to keep him around, and I told him it's in his best interest to keep me around because I am hearing what's going on both sides, and we both sort of agree that Cole is a big target. And well, Cole was taken out at the Crossroads tonight, so very interesting how everything played out. But I talked to Jack some more, and I said, look, I like the Green Party people, even though you took 2 of them out. I like them a lot, and I think Mike, I might be able to sway and work with. So come rendezvous, all of us will be able to work together. And he was like, all right, I guess, like, I'll see, like, try and work your magic, I guess. But Jack told me that he had found a compass, and I'm not going to tell anybody that. I love Mike, he's a great person. I love Lorrie, also a great person, but I'm not going to tell either of them, and I didn't. And Jack, if you see this months from now, and you somehow got me out, and you think that I betrayed you, I didn't, okay? I didn't. But anyway, yeah, I was able to talk to Jack individually, then I talked with the group, and then I talked to Mike individually, and Mike seemed on board with not taking out Jack at the next opportunity. He seemed good with talking with Jack and trying to build something in the future, so we'll see. I hope that a rendezvous comes next. We will be at 10 explorers after tonight's vote, so hopefully that will mean that we'll be at the rendezvous, but I have no idea. But I think that I am starting to hatch my evil plans and play both sides and hopefully be in a good position going forward. But tonight was a really good night. I cannot wait for the next day, and I cannot wait to see what happens.
If you thought that last night was great for me, let me tell you about tonight, because this was fucking nuts. All right, here we go. Win the exemption challenge. Close, but we win. I'm safe. I don't have to worry at all about getting voted out, about finding another compass. I'm good. Fantastic. I got 1 right, but I got 2 wrong in that challenge. That's okay. Honestly, maybe they think I'm kind of stupid, but fantastic, honestly. It gave me time. And, you know, once I saw that clue room open up, I was like, oh, I'm going in. So, there was a handy dandy clue to another compass in public, in a room where you had to join to get the clue. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna join. I have to find the joint tribal, and I have to say the person voted out. Instead of looking for it, I just started spamming names of everyone who's played Expedition Online, that I don't know, and I got it. And then I told the rest of my party that they can't spam, basically concluding the search for me. The second step: find the person in Survivor who was voted out of the joint tribal, and then it's like, number of days and all of that kind of stuff. And then number 3, and that was Malcolm, which was 130 was the answer. Number 3, find the charity that a decent amount of the captains have played for in expeditions past, and then find a video where they're talking about it, and then send a screenshot saying you got it. Yeah, I got it. So last video I said I was a record breaker. I was a record tire. Now I'm a record breaker. I, Jack, hold the record for most advantages found in a single season of Expedition Online. 4 compasses and 1 captain advantage. I'm too good. I'm too good. I should honestly be stopped because, man, these guys don't know what they're dealing with now. I'm fucking nuts. But that's not all that happened today. Randy not only got to go over to the other party to view the tribal council pretty much because he didn't want to give up his exemption to potentially risk being voted out or deserted, but I got to talk to David privately. And David was the one who brought up that he wanted to work with me. Maybe because he thinks, I am scared if we go to another crossroads, he's gonna want to look at me. He doesn't trust me. I said, dude, David, are you kidding me? Like, use me as a shield. I'm not gonna get this lucky. He probed about another compass. I said, yes, I do. At this point, I'm not gonna hide it. When it's the merge, when it's the rendezvous, I am going to hide that I found compasses because it's going to be an individual game. But every single compass I found, I've told at least one person. So, I'm chilling right now. But David basically opened up my game. And then he did something. He said, would you be considering not really getting rid of Mike? I said, sure. Because I know that they're tight, and I can use that. If David does not want me to take out Mike, if David wants me to spare Mike, I will spare Mike. So that I can get garner a little bit of David's favor. I'm more than happy to. That being said, seeing Cole go home, and not only that, but seeing him go home because Kevon, Jeni, Robbie, and Simona split the votes on Cole and Maddison makes my fucking day. Cole is gone. The person who has been after me this entire game is gone. Utter bliss. I just survived the biggest manhunt in history, and now I just gotta figure out how to win, because good God, it is going to take a miracle for me to win this game, but I'm not giving up. No, I'm not. All right. In my confessional, I talked about us winning exemption, me finding my 4th compass, talk with David, and seeing Cole go. I'm going to expand on 2 of those that are important to me. Number 1, seeing Cole go and moving forward. And positioning myself to try and win. And number 2, I'm going to be talking about exemption. We'll start with exemptions. I've proven at this point that first challenge was indeed a fluke because of my stupid plate decision, and that I am actually at these exemption challenges. I'm actually pretty good at these. So I've been concocting this plan all day where I'm thinking, all right, what is necessary for me to win this game while surviving at least one vote without any exemption or any compasses? If I can survive that, I'm feeling good. So my plan is, now that I have a substantial grouping going into this, rendezvous, I'm thinking to myself, I am going to trust in the fact that now I have 5, potentially 6 allies, and I am going to not play my compass or win exemption. If we rendezvous next round, I'm going to trust my allies, which is something I've never done. I've played my compass every time. This time I'm going to trust my allies, and I'm not going to do anything. If I can survive that first rendezvous vote and not be deserted, that shows that I do have a game beyond playing compasses and winning exemption. That's the goal. That's the plan. And man, I am really happy that I have a lot of allies now in this game. I have Lady K has been with me this entire game. I have Randy now. I've got Jeni. I've got Robbie and Simona pretty much. And I might have David now and Mike. So basically, Lorrie or Maddison is going to go at this first rendezvous, which would be huge. Because, I don't trust either of them. They seem like they're great people, but one of them's got to go. So I'm feeling very good about that. If I can survive that first vote without it, I'm good. But now, after that, I need to start thinking about, okay, I'm going to have to start winning exemptions. To win this season, if it is a final 2, I think I'm going to need to win 4 to 5, maybe 3, but 4 to 5, I think, exemption challenges. And I'm going to need to play, and I'm going to need to find 5 to 6 compasses. Here's why. I found my 4th right now. If I don't use it at the final 10, I have it at the final 9. There could be a rendezvous one hidden as well. If I can find that, I'm at 5 compasses total. 2 in my pocket. Meaning, if I win final 9, if I win any 2 of the 3 of final 9, final 8, final 7, I will compass at the one I don't win. I will use the merge compass as that. I will then refine the merge compass for my 6th and final compass, and then final 6 and final 5, either just compass myself both times or win exemption and make moves with compasses, because I know I can. I know I can. So I'm really happy about that. This is good, man. This is awesome. And then after that, after final 5, after I play my final compass, it's win exemption or go. No one's going to trust me to actually stay in the game anymore at that point. So it's either I win exemption or I go home. There's no excuse. So I'm banking on that. Obviously, if I can maybe even survive 2 votes without playing a compass, that's even huge. That's even bigger. Because then it shows, hey, instead of just a one-time thing, he's actually got some survivability without playing a compass or winning exemption. So, to reiterate, the goal is I want to play 6 compasses this season and win win 3 to 4 exemption challenges. I want to play a compass at the final 9, 8, or 7 and win 2 exemption challenges then. I want to play compasses at the final 6 and the final 5 and then win 2 more exemption challenges. I could throw in an exemption win at final 6 or earlier and maybe just win 5 exemption challenges. You know what? I don't know. But the point of it is, I can do this. I think I'm good enough. I think I have the skills necessary to whip it out and really take some charge. I know at this point that there's not a lot of trust with me. Like, maybe there's trust with me, but there's surely not like, oh, we're taking you to the end. Like, that's not happening. Like, I will not be going to the end of this game unless it's by my own volition. Everybody will target me. Everybody will try and vote me out. I have zero doubt in my mind that if I do not make it there by my own volition, I will be gone before the final ascent. And that sucks. But what am I going to do? I've decided my fate. It is the record-breaking compass college magician, and now I have to live with that. So yeah, I gotta live with it. Honestly, the fact that I made it this far is a miracle. But you know, finding 4 compasses isn't just something luck. It isn't luck anymore. It's genuine skill. I'm genuinely good at finding these things. They come to me. If I find a 5th, I will break the record, I think, of Survivor. And if I find a 6th, I will break the record in every single org I've ever seen in any kind of Survivor media I've ever seen. I will break the record. I broke an Expeditions record with 5 advantages, but I want to find 6 compasses. So we'll see. That's 1. Number 2. Cole got deserted. Cole is gone. The person who voted me at the first impressions vote, the person who's been gung-ho after me this entire game, is out. He's gone. There's no more trying to hide from him. There's no more making peace with him. He's out of here. He's out the door. And I am beyond thankful that I think I do got some allies over there who are looking out for me, because they took that guy out. So I'm thankful to my friends on the Red Party, because now I got some legs. So here's the haps, fellas. This is empty. Here's the haps. First rendezvous vote. I want to get out Lorrie or Maddison. Maddison would be ideal, but if it's Lorrie, because Maddison wins the exemption, it's Lorrie. But Maddison would be ideal. Once we get out Maddison, it's going to be interesting, because I don't think anyone's going to want to take out Lorrie. I don't think people are going to want to take out Mike. So I'm going to make a move at Final 9. I'm not going to betray Kevon. I'm going to actually tell her, but I'm going to make a move on either Robbie or Simona. They're very good, and they've been hidden very well. I think if I took a shot on them, I think it would work. So I am going to take a shot at Final 9, barring the first rendezvous vote goes well. I'm going to be taking a shot at Robbie or Simona using my original party in David. Because now David and Mike are attached to the hip. I can use Lorrie, I can use myself, I can use Lady K. If Randy wants to join, Randy is more than welcome to join. That'd be a huge move. We get out a big threat, and then we're chilling. And then now people are going to see me as this turbo threat. People are going to see me as, I just made another fantastic move. You got to go. So that's why now that I have a compass in my pocket, I'm planning not using it. I'm planning on not using it at all. But, planning on trying to survive. survive for a few rounds, survive final 8, final 7. I don't care who goes. Ideally, at that point, goats will be starting to formulate. So I'd like to find that and protect them. But anybody else is fine. I think I also wouldn't want to see Kevon go because I want to save that for a move later down the line. But other than that, all bets are off. Final 6. That is where it is crunch time. By that point, I should have 2 compasses. I should have the merge compass, the rendezvous compass, and I should have the the compass I just found, the blackberry one. I should have 2 compasses so that I can make 2 moves. I can either save myself twice, win exemption once and make a move with the compass and then play it on myself another time, or win exemption twice, play my compasses for different people, and make some splashy moves. So I am thrilled about that one, baby. Make some splashy moves. I like it. Final 6, final 5, make those big moves, use the compasses instead of just on me, use them for big moves. And if it has to be on me because I'm not exempt, I use them on me. If there is a compass nullifier or a knowledge is power advantage this season, dear God, I'm screwed. Because everyone's going to ask Jack, hey Jack, you got a compass? Or they're just going to block my compass play. So it would be very cool if I could win exemption at final 6 and final 5. But I'm hoping that there's no compass nullifier or no knowledge is power, because that will be the death of me. So final 6 and final 5 are taken care of. Final 4 and potentially final 3. I gotta win. Like at that point, either I am perceived as enough of a GOAT, which would be good, to where people think all my game is compasses and exemptions, to where people think that my social game is really bad and that people don't actually like me or respect me enough to vote me to win, which is what I'm going to try and maybe convince people going forward, because I cannot win a game just based on finding compasses and winning exemptions. But I am going to turn it around and say, oh yeah, I had great social bonds. You know, I had people trusting me. I had a target early in this game. I got off of that. Things like that. And then I am going to, you know, if I am this turbo threat, if everybody is actually after me, winning exemption was the plan already, so I'm just going to have to win exemption. And if I lose, I will be deserted. And I'm okay with that. Because at that point, if I'm at the point where I need to win exemption or I'm out of there and I can do like absolutely nothing to convince my fellow party mates that that's what I need, I will be fucked. I will go. So, and I'm okay with that. Because at that point, I would have played the best game of the season, and I don't really mind. So yeah, that's the plan. The whole plan is lots of exemption wins, lots of compass plays, but make good enough bonds to where people like me and people have wanted to work with me and vote with me, but also recognize that I need people to start realizing that they think I might be somewhat of a GOAT because all I do is play compasses and win challenges. Easy as that. One more thing I want to talk about, which just crossed my mind like a minute ago. The whole clue process for this round was weird because it all associated with joint crossroads. So now I'm worried. Because either that means it is a rendezvous and it is just individual, or it is a joint crossroads. I think the difference doesn't matter because either we will be rendezvoused at 9 or 10. I think the message is there at this point that it's either going to be a joint or we're going to rendezvous. I think a joint could happen. Just based on the clues that have been shared, I think a joint could very easily happen. That doesn't scare me as much as just regular party vote. Because I do have allies on the other side. I think they would either vote out Maddison or Lorrie or Mike. I think we could get the votes on Maddison and then she'd go. And then that's just basically the same exact plan as the rendezvous vote, the first rendezvous vote, but it's just the joint. And then we go together. I think though, if you're gonna do a joint crossroads and then do the rendezvous after, there's not really a point because you're basically already rendezvoused. But yeah, whatever. I'm planning for anything at this point. Man, I'm still kicking, baby. I've told like my friends about this. I've told my parents about this. Like, I'm saying, hey, watch this shit, because at this point they're gonna get excited seeing me just be like a fucking wizard at crossroads and all that. So I'm excited about that. Another night and another night I am here. This has been your new record breaker for most advantages found in a single season talking. I am Jack, and I will see you in a few days.
Hi, Lorrie here. This is my season 5, day 7 confessional. We actually had a really good night. We won the challenge. It wasn't a landslide by any means, but we didn't go to crossroads, so I guess that in the end is really all that matters. So we didn't have to vote anybody out. So I'm anxious to see who the red party lost that night when they went to crossroads. In addition, we kind of spent some time getting to know Randy a little bit more and kind of warming up to Jack. We actually took the opportunity, since we were not at crossroads, we saw a room pop up that was a hint of some sort. So a couple from our party popped into that room before it was closed and was able to get that hint. Then we worked together as a group and kind of split out into teams to see if we could find the compass, which we did. I say we, it was actually Jack and David who were meeting when they found that, but we kind of discussed it as a group and figured out all of the details and have the answer. So that was cool. I'm looking forward to see what tonight's challenge is going to be. And obviously who was gone off of the red party. There's also been a lot of talk amongst our group about who, when are we going to merge together as one party? I think you guys call it the, I'm losing my train of thought. Anyway, it's the merge. I know it's not the same manner in which they call it on the TV show Survivor, but a similar concept where both parties were going to join into one. And many of us really thought that that was going to happen Tuesday night, but it didn't. So I'm kind of thinking that it may be either before or after the challenge tonight. So I do have some allies on the other side, or at least I did. Some people who wanted to work with me, most notably Lady K and Jeni, both approached me about taking out a power couple and possibly aligning and maybe working towards some sort of girls alliance. I'm open to that. I do have a number one at this point, which is Mike on the black team, but we've been together since day one, when we were on Coach's Party. Then, all of the swapping back and forth from this color to that color, it's remained constant. So I would really like to keep that alliance with him. So I don't know if I'm completely open to a girls alliance. we're just going to have to see what I can do from my game that's going to get me further in the game. I'm looking forward to tonight. I don't know what this challenge is going to be, but I'm cleaning off a spot on my desk over here because all I've heard is that we need a spot to put 9 full cans of soda or beer or whatever, 12-ounce beverages, whatever that may be. So I've got those cans from our earlier challenges, so I'm looking forward to tonight. The game's been really fun so far. I can't believe I'm still here after being literally the oldest person playing this season. I didn't expect to last this long, but I'm glad I have. So we're going to see where we go from here. See you guys tonight. Bye.
What's up, everybody? Final 10. We won our immunity challenge. Finally, Black Team gets off the schneid. We are victorious. We needed this for team morale. We needed this to keep moving forward. And the game's evolving. The game is changing. Our new alliance is forming. Who knows? But we're in the final 10. Little coach, bam, do what he does. Team coach survives. I'm in the final 10. Let's go. But a bittersweet day. I looked for an advantage all day at work. I work 7 to 5. I was on my phone all day at work, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook, scrolling through Twitter. My boss saw me. I didn't care. There's 2 idols out there. I looked everywhere and couldn't find anything. And then we won the challenge. And there's a clue room. I'm the first person, I think, who knows, to find out the clue. It was Hannah. Did the math, found out it was Malcolm. Boom, next step. And I am stuck. I could cry. Like, I can't figure this thing out. I think it's Give the Kids the World. I've looked through Janet's Instagram. I looked through so many people's. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. I know Wendell did Give Kids the World. I think I'm just looking through it wrong. Maybe I have to go through Tyson. Maybe I have to go through Boston Rob. But, like, I'm stressing out. I think I was the first person to find the initial clue. I've been trying to work on this all night while talking to Lorrie, while talking to David. Like, yeah, I want to build relationships with them, but, like, I'm trying to find this goddamn advantage. So I'm pretty emotional right now. It could have been the perfect day. We won. We literally won. And that's all I wanted today because I didn't know how the votes were fully going to go. I didn't know if Robbie and Jack were going to find another idol. So I busted my balls all day to try to find something at work. I couldn't find it. And now I'm struggling right now, and people are catching up, and they're going to freaking get it. And it really, I don't know why I'm so worked up, because I really put so much effort in to these orgs and so much effort into today. Oh. I just want this really bad, and I want this for myself, and I got to keep digging, and I just know that people are catching up, and it's really freaking sad because whatever, someone could have it, and I'm just doing this for nothing, so whatever. Long story short, we won. It's going to be an interesting game for me. People already think I'm a physical threat because I won that first challenge. Lady K wanted to get rid of me, Greg, Cole, or Maddison because we were tight. So there's targets on my back. I'm going to have to really navigate. I'm going to have to find new alliances. I'm going to have to find my niche in this game. But it's still too early to know who I'm going to work with on the other side. Are we going to rendezvous? I don't know. It's the final 10. Do we have one more challenge? Vote somebody off and then we do a final 9, which would be a final 2? But I need to find friends, I need to find relationships, and I need to find people that are going to stick. I really think Lorrie is loyal. David, I believe, is loyal, but he's a smart player and he's playing his own game. But I do like David. Jack, I would kind of like to make amends with him. So I just got to see who on the other side wants to work together. Lady K's out for blood. She might be my number 1 target after this. You want to come across tribe lines without even being in a rendezvous and start picking off people? You're playing the game. But don't forget that I remember that I'm playing the game too. And I might be coming after you, Lady K. You better watch out. You're on the other tribe right now, but I'm watching you. I got my binoculars, and I got good ones. So I'm watching you. Let's see. But I'm going to go look for this freaking advantage or compass. I'm so mad right now. Like, I invested so much time today. We won the challenge. All day at work looking for a compass, looking for an advantage. Couldn't find anything. Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. And then that clue room comes out. I think I'm one of the first ones to get it. And I just can't figure it out, man. I just can't. Give kids the world. I'm on their Instagram page. I'm on Janet's Instagram page. I'm on Wendell's Instagram page. Oh, what am I doing wrong? This is how much I love the game. Final 10, not going anywhere quite yet. Live to see another day. Thanks.
Day 7 of Expedition Online. I cannot believe that Jack and I were able to pull that out. I still can't believe that I am, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm playing from the bottom right now. But, I mean, they gave us props. Hopefully that doesn't paint like a huge target on my back. But I still have Simona's compass, and she has no idea. I was able to play mine, keep Simona's, and kind of have that as a backup plan in the game if I start to feel like someone's going to turn on me. But there's been this talk for days about this core group going into the eventual rendezvous, which is myself, Jack, Lady Kate, Jeni, Simona, and Robbie. And have that 6 to battle Maddison, Cole, and Mike, and add Lorrie to that now that Greg's gone in like a tight 4 situation. So we get right into the challenge. We get to see Fishback. It was amazing having our coach there, and he did a wonderful job hosting. Basically, it's a trivia challenge. We have to go one-on-one. I actually got both my questions correct. No, I did miss one. But the point is, the curse is over. Black Party is not going to Crossroads, and there's a twist. The Black Party had to choose one member to go strategize with the Red Party. They would be at Crossroads to witness it all play out, and they could give up their exemption for a chance to be a part of the vote. But if you do that, then you would be up for elimination as well. So I threw my name into the ring. I was like, I'll do it because I want to go see Robbie and Simona, and I want to see where their head's at in the game currently. And there were people I haven't had a chance to speak with. Maddison, I've barely spoken to. Lady K, I wanted to speak to see if she would be down for this plan because Jack said he could get Lady K. I want to see where Jenny's head is at. So I just threw my name out there, and everyone's like, yeah, go ahead, because no one, you look at it as a dumb decision because no one wants to out themselves like that and put a target on their backs. But I wanted to be a part of it and get information. So I went and keep tradition alive. I've attended every other Crossroads, so why not, keep that going. I got to speak with everybody, and it sounds like they are 1,000% down for the plan. Lady K, Jeni, Robbie, and Simona are down to join with Jack and myself to make this 6 going into the eventual rendezvous and having the numbers. So the plan is to get Cole. Now, we're worried about maybe him having an extra vote. We're worried about him maybe having a compass. So Simona has this amazing plan to split the vote between, because there's 4 of them if they stick together, and then there's Maddison and Cole. So why not split the vote between Cole and Maddison and then just get Cole out on the revote? That is an excellent plan. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I thought of that. So then it just comes down to, are they all going to stick together? It did cross my mind to play Simona's idol for Simona, because I got the feeling that's where Maddison and Cole's votes were going to go, were towards her. And I was correct. They did. That is exactly who they voted for. And I got really nervous. I was like, oh no, please tell me she's not going home right now. But no, the 4 were able to band together. It was a split vote. We have had the most interesting Crossroads out of any Expedition Online season. There's only been one basic Crossroads. The rest have been just total chaos. And it was a 3-way tie vote between Simona, Maddison, and Cole. And then for the revote, Cole got sent home. So we have kind of taken that alliance apart. We have got Greg out. We've got Cole out. That leaves Maddison and Mike and Lorrie on the bottom. This 6 can stick together into the final 6. And if they do that, everyone is going to be in the final 6 as part of that 6. So I'm a little bit nervous about where David lies. He might be with them, which kind of gives him an extra number. But I'm feeling great. I'm ready for the rendezvous, and I'm ready to get with these 5 other players because I trust all of them. And I hope it's not too much, but if it is a little too much trust, got something in my back pocket right here. Let's go. We keep rolling.
Well, here we are. Last confessional of the icon, the legend, the one and only, almost was the king of Ponderosa, Cole. Not surprised I went home today. I kind of went in figuring I was going to get votes. If I didn't get votes, then I would have been shocked, truthfully. I would have been more shocked if I stayed than if I was going. I think the play of the day, honestly, Randy. I think Randy, blowing up my game like that, good for him. Good for you, Randy. Love to see it. I am a little disappointed because I would have liked to have made the jury, but I can't be mad because I know that I played a good game. I know that people viewed me as a threat, but viewed me as a threat for the right reasons. Not because I was, out looking for advantages and, not because people didn't like me. I think I was well liked. I think I was well received. And I think people knew that I was competitive. So, going home this way, I can't be upset because it just shows that I played the game that I wanted to. I played hard. I played smart. And, I still think that I did well. I think, I think if it wasn't for Randy saying that I had an extra vote, I think there would have been a more likely chance that I did stay. Smaller chance, because I think there was still a big shot that I was going home. But I'm happy. So with that, Expedition Online, for all the viewers out there, for all the fans of Cole, who I know there's many of you who wanted to see me go far, win it all, for best friends, for Ham. Say hi, Ham. Hi, buddy. Do you want to say hi? Oh, I can't zoom in on you. For everyone out there, thank you for watching me, enjoying these confessionals. I had a blast. Maddison, if you're watching this, I had a gut feeling. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to pass on my advantage to you in that moment. I probably should have, just so that you had it. But that's the name of the game. I hope you win. I hope you're watching this. Really love that we got to play for as long as we did together. You're a real one. To Robbie, Simona, Jeni, and Lady K, good game. I would have done the same thing. So smart for doing that. At this point, who do I think's gonna win it all? I think if I had to put money on anyone, you can cut this out. I'm gonna think for a second and then do a cut. You know what? I got it. My guess is that I think one of the girls are going to take it, truthfully. Because I think Jack and Randy, realistically, are going to have big targets on them. I think Robbie inevitably is going to get a target on him, but I think he'll probably go pretty far. I think Lorrie is going to go pretty far just because she seems to have gotten herself out of the bottom. David, I think, has potential, but truthfully, I think after his performance in this last challenge, people view him as super smart, so there's going to be a target on him. I think Lady K, as much as I love her, and I think she's playing probably the best game, at this point, if you're playing the best game, it's going to be hard to take it all the way. So I would say if I had to pick someone that's going to win, my money is going to be between Jeni, Mike, Simona, or my girl Maddison. So we shall see, but it's been a blast. It's been so much fun. And again, for all of you fans out there, if you want to see me again on your Expedition Online screen, all you have to do is just spam, comment, and text, and email, and DM the Expedition Online team to bring me back for an All-Stars season, to see me slay again, and give fierce freaking confessionals, and to see a little bit more Ham. So, it's been fun. Thank you for having me.
Day 7 confessionals. I wanted to touch a little bit more on, so that was my first crossroads officially where I could be voted or voted out. I And strategically, I wasn't sure on my alliances to be 100%. I had day one of coming into the new tribe party as an underdog, the only one that was original Fishback. And so I kind of, instantly kind of Cole and Maddison mentioned a little, more or less, I think they wanted to vote Jack out at the time. And at the time I didn't know anybody really, so I was kind of happy. But then, going on farther, Lady K and I had kind of made a little bit of an alliance, and we want to pull a couple others, Jack, Robbie, hopefully Randy, Simona possibly. I last night strategically, purposely didn't overdo my asking questions or looking for ideas. I kind of made it feel like I really felt I was going home. I didn't 100%, but you can never be completely sure. So I didn't, the way Lady K was, reassuring me, was that I shouldn't be worried. It should go our way, which it did. And ultimately, the first vote, Simona asked me to vote with her on Maddison in case Cole had an advantage or a compass. We thought maybe to have a steal a vote or something like that, which he didn't. And then ultimately, when it went to a three-way tie, we did do Cole. And it was hard. It was hard. I love them all. I mean, I love them both, and it stinks to have to write anybody's name down. But I felt, since I was not sure, and really the first crossroads as our party was really the way to know where your alliance is and you really lie in your alliance. And I think the lines in the sand have been drawn now, and we do know, at least for now, I am, a part of an alliance with Lady K and a few others. And I do feel that's going to be a good thing going further, especially when we have the rendezvous, at least for right away until you can kind of figure out everything. But it was definitely a hard call. Like, you don't want to vote anybody out. And I had the hardest time. You don't want to write yourself down, of course, because you want to go as far as you can, but it's hard just to write somebody's name down in general. But ultimately, kind of Lady K was kind of helping in Simona, and I basically, for this votes being my first crossroads and everything, and not quite knowing, I took what I would call the easy way out, and I wanted to do that, where I just kind of listened, and said, yeah, I will vote that way, and did it. It won't be like that forever, but for the first vote, I thought, just in case they are targeting me, I wanted to prove my allegiance to everybody as well. And hopefully that did. And it was nice to see Randy, and hopefully we can pull him over once we rendezvous. And hopefully we don't go back to Crossroads. I know that's inevitable, but it was still fun. It was still, a fun night and everything. And we were so close, so that's okay. Well, thank you. Day 7, part 2 of my confessionals. I tried to make all on one, and it was a little bit too big, so it was not able to send. Anyways, so I kind of touched base on crossroads and alliances and strategizing. I wanted to also touch base a little bit on how fun it was to have Fishback doing our trivia. That was awesome. Very nice to see him and everything, and it was kind of cool to, get the answers.
Can you say stressed? Oh my goodness. We lost the trivia. We have been studying for almost like a week. We lost. And we went to Crossroads, and Randy joined us because the black team was able to send someone to come spy. So, but guess what? I finally freaking got Cole out. That's going on my resume. I told everybody it was going on theirs, but that goes on Lady K's resume. Cole is out. Right after Greg went out. So, really good. And I was able to talk to Randy, and I like him. I think that he is similar to Jack, and I kind of understand now why they may be at the bottom, because they are so audacious. They're eager, right? They're hungry. But in this game, you have to outwit and outplay. You can't move so quick. When you shoot, you need to shoot once, and you need to make sure that it lands. And I believe that that may be why both him and Jack are at the bottom. But if I could refocus that energy and get them to come right alongside me, Jeni, Robbie, and Simona, we have a powerful 6 going into the rendezvous. So those are my goals as of tonight. Right now, tomorrow, who the hell knows what's going to happen. I do know I have to do some damage control with Maddison, but I wasn't so eager to pop in the room with her and chat because I don't know what I'm going to say, and it needs to be something believable. Why? Because if I make it to the end, I need to salvage that vote with her. So something I have to figure out. I think I may have to just pull back into that woman's alliance that I had ran by Jeni and Simona to maybe woo her over so that she won't be so pissed that I didn't vote with her and that she actually had votes tonight. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping this vote did not put a target on my back. As soon as I got back, Simona asked me to jump when we were all in base camp. So I'm hoping that didn't put a target on me. And then right after that, Robbie asked. So that could be like, and Maddison was like, oh, Lady K's a hot commodity. So I think I'm going to spin it like, they told me that you both were coming for me the last minute, and Randy confirmed in one of the chats. So I think that's what I'm going to say. But we'll see. This game, this is not Big Brother. Okay?
Well, I'm a little bit sister sad right now. My number one was just voted out. So I literally have no one. 2 of the votes were for me. After freaking Randy had to say that, like, oh, I didn't hear your name, Maddison. Like, you definitely heard my name, Randy, and now you're pulling this crap. Like, I'm sad. Like, where do I go from here? I need to hope that the rendezvous happens soon because I literally have no one. Like, Randy said he was a free agent. Maybe I could hook up with him. I tried to clear the air with Simona, but I don't know what's gonna happen there. I'm, like, honestly on the verge of tears right now. Like, I literally don't know what to do. Honestly. It sucks. But it's a game. He was a threat. I mean, like, everyone that I talked to outside of the game about him, they're like, oh, you don't want to ride his coattail. Well, guess what? And I probably am going to be riding his coattail and getting voted out next. I'm just hoping by some grace of God, a miracle comes. Like, I just need something. Anything. But yeah, I'm in shock. Definitely not in the position I wanted to be going into these next couple days, especially if we lose. I very well could be next. Well, it's been fun. See you next time.
Let's get into some things, shall we? So, the $1 million question is, did I throw the challenge as I said in my last confessional? And the answer is no. I did not throw the challenge on purpose. I threw the challenge on purpose by accident. And you're probably like, what does that mean? So, did I know the questions that I was asked? Absolutely not. I don't know what Tribe's Fishback has been on. I apologize. Like I said, I'm not a Survivor super fan. I don't know how long sloths live. I don't know. I'm not a sloth fan. So, I did not study anything, and that was purposeful. Like, if there was something that I could have known, like, I did watch the first few episodes of Tocantins, and I plan on finishing it, but, like, had I got the question, like, which 2 survivors were exiled at the first round or whatever. I know that was Sierra and Sandy, and I don't know how Cole, the superfan, didn't know, but hey, it worked out in my favor because exactly what I wanted to happen happened. We lost the challenge and we went to Crossroads, and Cole got booted, and I feel in my soul, deep in my gut, that Cole had some kind of advantage, and you know what? We had to get rid of it. Now, one thing I need to start doing is being more intuitive, being more mindful, being more alert. I need to be alert to what's going on around me. Like, here I am, I'm so busy trying to build these social bonds and capital bonds. I need to realize, like, yes, that is important, but I am not immune to these advantages. You know what I mean? Like, an advantage could come back and bite me. Let me knock on wood. Y'all hear that? I am not playing. I'm not going to be taken out of this game by an advantage. Where it makes me weary is I almost threw my vote on Maddison last night and kept Cole in the game. And I'm so glad that I didn't, because I was afraid that Cole would have played an advantage. But I was like, listen, I told myself, I said, self, you need to chill the hell out, please. Like, self, trust what the people are telling you. I don't know votes are coming my way, but if votes do, you will be okay. You do not have to always drive. It's okay to sit in the passenger seat and be on the aux cord. It's okay to let everybody else in the car have a good time. You do not have to be driving every vote. This is what you wanted to happen. Let it happen. Let your allies put things together and let it happen. And listen, myself sometimes is not listened to myself. I just, sometimes I'm very self-focused in these games, and I know that, but I had to sit back and say, listen, let them drive this vote and say this is what needs to happen, so this is the outcome. Now, I like the outcome, which is why I sat back and I just let it happen. And if I didn't, you better believe that I would have done exactly what I needed to change some things up. Because, baby, Miss Maddison, Mr. Cole, do not, I repeat, don't just come to me and tell me we're voting out Simona. And then you changed up the name. You went from Jeni to Simona. And then when I get in the room, y'all get quiet, and I hear Jeni saying like something about my job. Baby, my job don't have nothing to do with this game, better believe. Let that be known. Yes, I might have to do work when I get done with the game, but I'm going to do work while I'm in the game. Period. Okay? So, with that being said, they were just giving me weird vibes, so I was like, one of them clearly has to go. And this idea of this 6, listen, there's the idea of this 6. Myself, Lady K, Jeni, Simona, Randy, and Jack. Listen, we get to the rendezvous, and that is majority. I really want to be where the numbers reside, okay? But listen, baby, I will be with that 6 for a couple of votes while I make the people outside of that 6 feel good with me. But when it's time to jump, I'm going to jump, okay? And listen, I'm going to jump with my legs straight, my cheeks clenched, and my feet together. I'm not going to jump out and spread like this. I don't know how Simona missed that question, but when I'm ready to jump ship, you better believe I'm pencil diving into the water, straight into the game, and I'm going to come out on the other side of things very successful, because I know when to ride the train and get off the train to catch the Uber to get to my destination faster than I would have if I would have just stayed on the train. The train could break down, whatever. I don't want to ride a train of 6 with 2 people that I've burned in the past, within Simona and Randy. They're also very close. Jeni and Lady K are very close. Lady K and Jack are very close. I'm the odd man out there. Now, do I think that both sides might be trying to pull on me? Yes, but here's the thing. If I go with Randy and Simona, I don't trust Randy. If I go with Randy and Simona and we vote out Jeni, then I burn Lady K and Jack. Jack clearly knows how to find a compass. If I burn Randy or Simona, then it's just like I'm stuck on the minority on one of those sides. So ideally, I would go with Lady K, Jeni, and Jack, but I would need to take out Lady K with Ramona and Randy and try to convince Jeni and Jack that I'm still with them after I just took out their queen, Lady K. And I just don't know how well that would go over because, like, they both seem very loyal to her. It would be a mess, which is why I can't work with this 6, because as much as I'd love to be in the middle, I feel like taking a shot at this party, I lose one over there. And then taking a shot at this party, I lose 2 over here. And it just puts me in a very weird spot. So now I have to go outside the 6 and figure out what I have to do to win the game. And that's what I'll do. I just have to get there first. I have to get there. I have to take it one night at a time. I don't want to set anything down because the minute stuff hits the fan, I'm stuck looking stupid. And you know what? I don't want to be stuck looking stupid. I want to be flexible. I want to be ready, but I also want to be just, I'm going to take the game as the game comes to me. That's all I can do at this point.
Hey guys, it's Simona. Oh, what a day. Man, well, a couple things, I guess. So we lost the exemption challenge. The first time not black party has been the party to lose. That kind of sucked. Fishback hosted it. That kind of sucked. I mean, not that he hosted it, just that he hosted it and then we lost. Really cool that he hosted it. It was funny because there was a question that he asked me. He was like, yeah, Simona, do you think that, it's hard because one crossroad, the only way to, fix that mistake is, the next crossroad? I was like, Steven, you're speaking right to me. And it was funny because, I've emailed him about, everything that's happened, so he knew what he was doing a little bit there. But, it was fun. Of course, I was the one to lose it for my party, which sucked. I was against David. I was like, David's gonna know this, of course, and whatever. Stupid. When you jump into a river, I feel like all the things I see is, when you go feet first, you, get, a spinal something. If you keep your body straight, that's, spinal. I don't know. Why would I? This makes sense. I feel like I see people jumping like a star into the water, though I guess that's a bad idea. That's what I learned today. So, woohoo. After having that conversation with Lady K and Jeni last night, where we said the 4 of us with Robbie need to stick together, I felt decently okay going into today. That was the best I'd be able to say, especially because I gave my compass away to Randy. Randy did end up joining us in the same essence that we joined them last night, but he did not choose to vote or anything like that, so that was unchanged. The whole strategizing period started off with a clue room opening up, and it was saying that a previous season of EO had the same twist as we had yesterday: find who was voted out and send that name in. And I knew, so my confessional person is Daniel. Hey Daniel. Daniel played season 2, so I knew it was season 2. I was going through season 2 and I sent him the name. It was Hannah. Hannah. Sucks. I think. Am I wrong? It was Hannah. And then I got the next clue, and it was something about a joint tribal that happened, an actual survivor, and blah blah, add up the number of days. The answer was Malcolm and Game Changers and the whole number of days he played. The answer to all that, 130. And then there's a charity that multiple coaches have played for. Find a video of one of them talking about what it means to play for that charity. Comment under that, send that in. Well, I didn't pick up the context clues as well as I should have. One, I knew it was Give Kids the World, and I knew that was Janet and Wendell, multiple people. When last time I took the clue of photo to mean Instagram, this time I didn't take the clue of video to mean YouTube. I was slow to the compass, which sucked, especially because Cole jumped in there really quick, and I felt like I had a really good start on it. It was hard to do that and, balance conversations. I was so bland with people for so much of that round just because my mind was completely elsewhere, and then I didn't even find it, which is the worst, and I think that was a huge detriment to my game. But towards the end there, I was talking to Randy a little bit and we were talking about a 6. Well, no, first I was talking to Maddison and Cole, and we were talking about all that. Then I was talking to Lady K and Cole, and we'd been talking about Jeni, and then we moved the conversation to Robbie. Then the name was me. I was the name. Yeah. And I wasn't super sure of that, but I kind of had an inkling. I was like, they're telling me different things. So we talked, then me and Lady K, as soon as Cole left, I was like, that's not what you actually want to do, right? And she was like, nope, we're doing Cole. I was like, great, thank you. And then towards the end, I talked around, locked in with everyone. We were talking about a six between me, Lady K, Jeni, Robbie, Randy, and Jack. I'm a little sad David's out of that, but I do understand the ways that it would be complicated to bring him in, though I do think that's a really beneficial side alliance that I can have, just for the sake of bringing in information. But yeah, I do think that's a pretty solid 6 moving forward. I just have to think about resume in the end. I think right now my resume is pretty freaking strong. That first Crossroads, locked in with Randy and Robbie, I think, to move forward. In my mind, they were my top 2. Took out Rhonda, relatively easy vote. I got the vote, whatever. The next Crossroads, chaos. However, at the end of the day, I stuck my neck out for the person who I wanted to stay in the game. Built a strong connection with the 2 of them, though we were on a little bit of rocky ground. Quickly after that, when we got back into game days, we were able to work that all out and come back together really firmly. At last night's vote, I gave Randy my compass and sent home, essentially, one of the most central people in this game. From day 1, Lorrie told us that Greg really seemed to be the ringleader, the one who was rallying the energy. So the fact that he's the one who got sent home last night, and the fact that Cole looked so beyond devastated last night after he was gone, was beautiful. That was beautiful. I'm so sorry. And so, yeah, there was that. And so that broke up that 4-person alliance. And then today I was a little nervous that now that 4 was now a 3, that maybe they weren't really still leaning towards that vote. But they were seeing a lot big picture than I was. They were saying this can be a 6 going into the rendezvous. And I was like, you're right. You're right. And so I stuck with it. But relatively last minute, when I was talking to Randy, we were talking about, we think Cole has an advantage from the summit when he went with Randy and David, which I think it's pretty reasonable to assume, though I think he did feel safe enough to not have to use it, I guess. But yeah, I know Randy didn't risk. I'm pretty sure David didn't risk, and Cole seems like the type of guy who would risk. So, and then he was the first one to jump for that compass clue, so I was a little bit worried about him playing something. So I jumped in a room with Robbie and Jeni, and I was like, we should have a split plan. Because at this point, Randy had told me that he had heard my name, that Lady K had heard my name, and that Robbie had heard my name, which made me think I was probably the actual name. And I was like, if I get sent home because of a compass play, that's my karma, and that's terrible, and that's bad planning, and I'm not fucking having that. So I organized a split vote with the 3 of us in like 5 minutes. I was like, if he plays a steal a vote, do not split. If he doesn't play the steal a vote, do split in case of compass play. Split perfectly, 2-2-2. In the revote, it was 3-0 for Cole to leave. Woo! We did it. I got 2 more votes. I'm down to 3. I'm down to 3 votes. Woo! No perfect game for me, but that's okay. I don't need a perfect game to win this game. So that's where we're at. I talked to Lady K right after. I was like, hey, I'm sorry we didn't have time to fill you in. We assumed you were going to keep voting Cole, so we had Robbie vote Cole with you. And then Jeni and I were going to vote Maddison in the event of a tie. So she seemed not upset about it. We made that play pretty successfully. Hopefully she's truly not upset about it, because the intention wasn't to leave her out. It was just very last minute, and she was talking to other people, and it worked. So yeah, and then Maddison and I talked a little bit. Who knows? Do I care about her stance in this game at all? Absolutely not. But a number's a number, so I pray the rendezvous is on Thursday, and if it's not, I'll cry, but I assume it's going to be, because in Tocantins it was. So, and this is a sensible number. That's words. Anyway, I will see you all on Thursday. Peace.